Ever wondered what it would be like to live in a spaceship? No, we're not talking about Elon Musk's next project. We're talking about a genuine Realtor listing. Yes, you heard it right. There's a house out there in the Realty universe that's designed to look like an intergalactic cruiser. Imagine walking into your living room, only it's not just a living room, it's the cockpit. And the kitchen, well, that's the engine room. You'd half expect to see R2-D2 whizzing around while you're cooking your eggs. This house, straight out of a science fiction movie, boasts of features that would impress any space enthusiast. It's got a control panel dashboard in the living room, complete with blinking lights and switches. The walls are decked out in metallic silver, and there are porthole windows for that authentic spaceship feel. And the best part? The bedrooms are designed as crew quarters. You can't help but chuckle at the creativity and humor in this listing. It's like the seller wanted to ensure that prospective buyers don't just buy a house, but embark on an interstellar adventure. So, what's the reason behind this unusual design choice? Well, it turns out that the seller is a die-hard fan of sci-fi movies. He took his love for Star Wars and Star Trek to a whole new level and transformed his home into a spaceship. You've got to admire his dedication. But here's a thought. Imagine inviting friends over. Hey, come on over to my spaceship for a barbecue. They'd either be thrilled or think you've lost your marbles. Either way, it would certainly be a conversation starter. So if you're a Star Trek or Star Wars fan, this might just be the home for you. Or maybe you're just someone who loves the quirky and unusual. Either way, this spaceship home is a testament to the fact that in the world of real estate, the sky is not the limit. Or in this case, maybe it is. Yet, from a spaceship to a hobbit hole, our next listing takes us straight to Middle-earth. Yes, you heard right. A real-life hobbit hole was indeed listed on a realtor's site. And no, it wasn't a prank. Now, you might be wondering, who in their right mind would want to live in a hobbit hole? Well, the seller was banking on the millions of Lord of the Rings fans out there who might just be crazy enough to consider it. This listing was as quirky as they come, complete with round doors, circular windows, and a cozy interior that would make Bilbo Baggins feel right at home. The house was nestled in a hillside, surrounded by lush greenery, and even boasted its very own vegetable garden. The interior radiated a warm, rustic charm, with wooden furniture, a stone fireplace, and enough room to comfortably accommodate a hobbit. Or a human, for that matter. The humor in the listing was evident from the get-go. The description read, "Perfect for those seeking a simpler life away from the hustle and bustle, must not be averse to unexpected guests or possess an irrational fear of rings." If that doesn't scream Tolkien fan, I don't know what does. The seller's intention was clear. To attract those who loved The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And while it might seem like a long shot, considering the massive fan base, it's not entirely far-fetched. There's something undeniably charming about the idea of living in a hobbit hole, even if it's just for the novelty of it. So was the listing a success? Well, we don't have the exact numbers, but considering the media attention it garnered, it's safe to assume that this little hobbit hole piqued more than a few interests. So if you're a fan of J.R.R. Tolkien's works, this home is a dream come true. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Our next listing promises a chilling experience. Strap in, because we're about to embark on a ghostly journey to a house that can give the Bates Motel a run for its money. In the heart of a sleepy little town, where the wind whispers tales of bygone days, sits a house that's been the talk of the town for decades. This isn't just any house, folks. No. This one comes with its own spectral inhabitants. The listing was more of a ghostly brochure detailing bone-chilling cold spots that would give even the bravest goosebumps, and unexplained noises that would make a horror movie sound designer green with envy. You'd think such a listing would scare potential buyers away, right? Well, not exactly. The realtor, in a stroke of marketing genius or maybe madness, decided to embrace the house's ghostly reputation. The listing read more like a dare, a challenge to those brave or crazy enough to share their living space with the spectral occupants. Now, the humor in this situation is hard to miss. It's not every day that you come across a realtor who's trying to sell a house by highlighting its resident ghosts. It's like trying to sell a car by emphasizing how often it breaks down. But in this case, the unique selling proposition was the very thing that would usually be a deal breaker. And you know what? It worked. The house attracted a swarm of thrill seekers and ghost hunters, eager to spend a night or two in the haunted abode. It became a hotspot for paranormal enthusiasts, and the listing gained a viral status. The realtor's unconventional approach paid off, turning a potentially unsellable property into a sought-after destination. So, if you're an adrenaline junkie or a horror movie fan, you might want to check out this haunted house. Just remember, if things start going bump in the night, it's not the house creaking, it's your new roommate saying hello. Ever wanted to live in the jungle but can't give up your urban comforts? Our next listing might just be for you. Now imagine this: a home where you can bask in urban luxury while being surrounded by a lush indoor jungle. Yes, you heard right, an indoor jungle, complete with tropical plants, chirping birds, and a cascading waterfall. No, this isn't a scene from Jumanji. This is a realtor listing that has had people scratching their heads and chuckling in disbelief. The listing describes a house that seems more like a horticulturist's dream or a botanist's paradise. It's not often you find a home that comes with its very own ecosystem. The owner, a self-proclaimed nature enthusiast, decided to bring the outdoors in, and boy did they succeed. They've managed to create a mini rainforest right in the heart of the house. The living room, rather than boasting a traditional fireplace or a humdrum TV unit, is graced with a full-blown waterfall. Yes, a waterfall. You can sit on your plush leather couch, sipping your morning coffee, while the soothing sound of cascading water drowns out the city's hustle and bustle. The listing was filled with humor, the owner clearly having a ball while writing it. The master bedroom was described as offering panoramic views of the jungle, while the kitchen was touted as the perfect spot for foraging for snacks. It's clear the owner was trying to attract a very specific type of buyer, one who loves nature but isn't quite ready to give up their Netflix and chill. So if you've always dreamed of living like Tarzan but can't bear the thought of life without Wi-Fi, then this indoor jungle retreat might just be your dream home. Who knew that you could have the best of both worlds? A slice of the wild right in the heart of the city. For those who love the call of the wild but also enjoy their Netflix, this house is perfect. Ever wondered what it's like to live under the sea? No, we're not talking about a Little Mermaid fantasy. We're talking about a realtor listing. Imagine waking up to the sight of fish swimming right past your bedroom window. No, you haven't been kidnapped by a megalodon, and you're not dreaming either. This is the reality of the underwater paradise, a home that truly takes ocean view to a whole new level. This listing had us all chuckling. The realtor, clearly indulging in a bit of a laugh, described this house as perfect for anyone wanting to sleep with the fishes. And we mean that in the most literal and non-mafia related sense. The listing boasted of panoramic views of the ocean floor, complete with your own personal coral reef. Talk about a conversation starter at dinner parties. But the humor didn't stop there. The realtor also mentioned that the house comes with a complimentary submarine for easy commuting. Who needs a car when you can navigate the 7 seas in your own sub? And if you thought that was all, wait till you hear this. The seller's intention was to attract marine enthusiasts, and they sure knew how to reel them in. The house was described as having a great community feel, with dolphins for neighbors and regular visits from Nemo and Dory. It's clear that this listing was designed to hook any ocean lover or adventurous spirit. The realtor managed to turn what could be a daunting concept, living under the sea, into an exciting and humorous proposition. They certainly had us all wishing we could trade our landlubber lives to become marine enthusiasts overnight. So if you're a marine enthusiast or just want to live out a childhood fantasy, this house is definitely worth a visit. Who knows, you might just find yourself signing a lease and becoming the newest resident of the underwater paradise. But be warned, you might have to deal with some very curious fishy neighbors.